So today's hike is a pretty simple hike. We're gonna go to Cataract Falls, which is in Indiana. I'd say it's right down the street, but really it's an hour away. But I've heard a lot about this place. People said it's a great place to go. At this time, we're gonna be hiking it during the winter season, so it's not gonna be as green, but that's okay. I just wanted to check out the falls and see what's there and kind of prepare myself maybe for another hike in the spring, summertime. So here we go. The tough part about today is that it's super windy outside, so we're gonna be a little chilly, but I did tell myself in the summer season that I was gonna try to get out and hike during the winter time because you gotta get used to the cold up here in Indiana. So the track, from what I understood, is not supposed to be that hard, so I got my all trails up. We're gonna take a look and see what the trail looks like. So today I think I'm gonna take the Cataract Falls trail via the Ed Daily Nature Trail, it looks like. Based off of this information, it says that it's gonna be about 1.5 miles, not much elevation, of course, we're nowhere near the mountains, and it should take about 35 minutes, which normally for me, it takes about double that when I stop and take photos and video and stuff like that. So based off of some of the reviews, beautiful views of the falls. Trail is not easy, someone said, a little small, great trail and perfect time of the year, but that was last month. So should be a fairly easy trail. We'll check it out and see if it's easy for me, and based off of that, I'll tell you if it's easy or not. So as soon as you get out here, the first thing that you see is, if you're going for the lower Cataract Falls, is you come right up to the falls. I mean, today is really desolate because it's cold and windy and it's a Thursday, but I mean, outside of that, this place, I bet it would be gorgeous when, you know, it's springtime or summer. And for the most part, this is still gorgeous. I want to see if I can get a little bit closer. So I actually love the sound of a waterfall. I mean, just the sound of the waterfall. I'm gonna see if I can't capture that real quick and see if you can just hear the rushing of that sound. Okay, change of plans. We're actually taking the Upper Falls route. So the trail starts out pretty easy. You can see the waterfall fall off from here. A lot of this trail is just flat, easy, walkable. I mean, I don't think my pace changed at all through this whole thing, except for, of course, taking photos. Really beautiful trail. And I bet it's even way better when there's greenery around, so. Just basing it off of my current state of shapeness. What's the word I'm looking for? Whatever that word is. Just based off of that current thing, I would say if you're not in tip-top shape and you just want to get out and get a walk, this is going to work for you. About 1.5 miles, I believe, from what I read, and it feels like 1.5 miles. Fairly short for some of the trails that I've been on. So it's really good to get out here and just get a walk in. But seriously, I can't wait to see this place when it's spring and summertime. I think it's going to be gorgeous. So I'll have to come back to Cataract Falls, but I at least wanted to get out here while I still had the chance because I haven't had the chance to get out much. So I'm coming up on the falls right now. You can actually see the falls when you come into the parking lot, but I decided to look away, so I couldn't see them. I wanted it to be a surprise, so let's check it out. At this point, the water is very low, so you'll see me be able to walk down basically to the stream and get some quick video. But again, I'd imagine when it rains or in the summertime, springtime, when there's a lot of rain, this place is probably gonna be full. So probably not doing that every time, but take advantage of the moment, right? Also, this is the one hill that I was talking about. So this is the one hill that I climbed. Again, not too crazy. Okay, I'm off on the ridge, climbing over the ridge, and finally getting to the parking lot that we all started at. So this is it, baby. Back to the falls. I'm gonna take a couple pictures, do some quick video to show it off, and then we gotta figure out if we're gonna hike back down or if I'm gonna just take the road. Let's see what we do. Absolutely incredible. I think that's actually the first time that I've seen a waterfall. I don't think I've ever seen a waterfall. Even when I went to Clifty Falls, wasn't much of a waterfall there, so I didn't really get a chance to actually see the falls because there was no water. But I don't know, that's really an experience. Again, I can't imagine going to, you know, Niagara Falls and like how like over the top that's gonna be for me to experience that. Really hoping to do that soon, but we gotta conquer some of the land that's near us first, then we'll get to the big boys. And I think we're gonna hike back down. So overall, I think that this hike was fairly easy. Again, most of it was flat, so I didn't have to worry about climbing too much terrain. There was one hill that goes from the lower falls to the upper falls, which obviously to have a waterfall, you have to have a little bit of clearance there, but I would think that anybody who is fairly in shape can climb maybe one or two hills, if you want to call them that, and get past some rocky terrain. This place is going to be just fine for you. Plus, again, I came when it's wintertime. Fall, winter time, so everything's dead right now. It's probably gonna look way better when springtime hits, but I want to get out here before I couldn't get out here because next is winter and we're talking about snow, and that's gonna be something I have to get used to because I'm from Texas, and in Texas we don't get weather like this very often. So I like to think that when snow comes around and it's time for me to actually hike in that type of weather, I'm gonna have to get used to it, and I'll be happy to do that. But for now, again, fairly easy hike. Whatever reviews they had on all trails, those are fairly true. I'll put my own on there so you can see those as well, but for the most part, great hike. I'm glad to be out here, so let's get home.